Hello everyone, this is Lelasophia coming to you with a very rare, very rare makeup tutorial, okay? You guys know, I'm so sorry to everybody who's been asking, which is kind of a randomly large amount of people, which I love you guys so much for that. It just is not my strong suit to do a makeup tutorial. Not that I'm self-conscious, it's just, I feel like I'm such a, I don't know, I do my own random little techniques, but enough of you guys have asked, so that I'm gonna do my everyday kind of signature smoky eye, very Lelasophia, hooded eye friendly makeup tutorial. Or rather, makeup routine. I like that better, but first and foremost, if you guys are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you in all of my future videos. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram at Lelasophia Jewelry. I put out videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and so I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Okay, so I'm doing this for real. I'm really committing, so I haven't done any of my skincare. It still is the morning here in New York. Matisse is right behind me, so she's happy, I'm happy, it's all good. I just washed my face. I'm a CeraVe kind of girl, okay? I think I just use like literally the basic, I think I use 2 different cleansers, and then I always, every single day, which you can come for me, it's totally fine, but I'm Moroccan, okay? I feel like there's something in our DNA. We're used to being scrubbed down, aka all the hammams in the world, okay? I scrub my face every single day with like a sugar scrub, and it is necessary. When I don't do it, it becomes a problem. That's my little, you know, wash routine, which I'm not going to show you, but I saved my skincare for you guys, okay? I've been using Korean skincare vibes for probably like a year and a half-ish, so I use this. These are all on Amazon, which, you know, not sponsored. I think Centella, yeah, something from Madagascar, which even though it's Korean, not exactly sure, but a while ago, like, when was this, a year and a half ago, I had like a major hormonal imbalance issue situation, and I needed better skincare. Long story short, I needed something that was really going to work, and yes, I go all over my eyes and on my eyebrows because we have eyelashes and eyebrow hair, and I think it's important to moisturize your eyes as well. I don't use eye cream, I just put everything on my eyes. Anyways, okay, see, this is why I don't do this very often. And then this one, don't know what it's called, but again, I found this probably a year ago. This is another, I believe, Korean skincare brand. This is the Revive Serum Ginseng and Snail Mucin. That sounds so disgusting, but when I tell you, these feel the best of anything I've ever put in my skin. And I've tried like expensive brands in the past, and Sephora, whatever crazy, you know, higher end brands. Not everything works for everybody. I think I'm definitely always a serum girl. I put oils in my hair, and so I don't put oil on my face unless it's like really the dead of winter and I need to use this, but I love a serum, and I think it can also be affordable as well. And lastly, which I probably it's a very hot and humid day here in New York City, but I use this most every single day. When it gets to be like 90 degrees here, I might stop. This is the only piece of skincare or like makeup even, I think, that I was influenced to buy by Hailey Bieber. The other 2 I started getting a while ago. I think they might be on and poppin' now, but I'm not exactly sure. However, how come nobody told me that this is the best moisturizer ever? Not the lighter one, I like the heavy, and I literally only use the tiniest little bit. Also, I broke 2 of my nails, guys, which is also making me self-conscious, so don't judge. I think I need to figure out a better hair tie routine because that makes me break my nails. Anyways, see, this is rambly already, and this one I just put on the, like, I don't know how to say this, but like the biggest parts of my face. I don't put it on my upper lip or my chin, which might, you know, get a little, have some perspiration during the day. I just put it on my forehead, 5 head, and my, you know, my cheeks. Okay, skincare done. Of course, as always, start with the eyes. If you guys have seen my makeup tutorials before, or makeup routines, because this is This is really just what I do. I am always gonna do the eyes first just because of fallout. But the palette that I've been using that I think is the one that you guys are all talking about, asking about, I've been doing like a little lighter because it's summer, a little lighter lately, but still my signature, but just like not as heavy. But the heavy, dark, like signature me eye look has all been with the Huda Beauty Pretty Grunge palette, which I'm embarrassed to show you the inside. I've been using it so much. I really wish brands, which I think there is one which I need to try. I wish brands would like let you mix and match, because there are most of the colors I haven't even touched, and then some of them are completely gone. Like it's just so crazy. I'm just a consistent person, okay? I like to do the same thing all of the time. Prior to the Huda Beauty palette, which by the way, go Huda Beauty, okay? We love you so much over here. She is literally an icon and I love her. Oh my goodness. So first and foremost, always support. Prior to the Huda Beauty palette, also always support Pat McGrath. I was using the Pat McGrath Mothership 1, which I have like 4 or 5 or 6 other Pat McGrath entire like eyeshadow palettes, and one was one that I got most recently a year and a half ago, and so that was crazy. I should have started out with that one, and it probably would have been the only one I ever needed. So I need to get another one of those because I essentially just completely ran out of everything. And because we are hooded eye gang over here, I always do an eyeshadow primer. This one is just from Milani. Sorry, I didn't show you. I'll show you in 1 second. Just this one. We are drugstore friendly over here, okay? Love this one. Okay, before we get into the real dark pigments, I always do like a little shimmery, there we go, this little shade, of course from Pat McGrath. This was like a really adorable, I think I probably got it Black Friday, maybe? Yeah, that sounds about right. Black Friday, one of the sales, because we love a good sale. Over here, I popped that. Let me get a little closer, sorry guys. In on kind of like, not quite my inner corner, but my inner crease. And then I double that up, which I'm not gonna show you because it is so worn and whatnot, but I just do essentially almost a more shimmery. It doesn't make that much of a difference, but if you guys can see, it's like a little bit thicker glitters, but essentially the same size from just a highlighter palette. And then that's what I use on my inner corner. This is what I've been doing. I mean, everybody does it, but this is what I've been doing since I was like, I don't know, 15 in high school. I probably used like a Bath and Body Works. Does anybody, throwback millennial, anybody remember those? Bath and Body Works like mini palette, and I used like an icy blue shade. Didn't know what on earth I was doing. My mom has never worn makeup in her life. She wears, even to like a black tie wedding, she'll maybe put on mascara, and that's pretty much it. So I didn't really ever learn how to do makeup. My aunt taught me a little bit, but I didn't really have people in my life. Nobody like sat me down and showed me how to do makeup, or I couldn't learn from watching anybody. It's just, it's really cool to kind of learn on your own, because also I have completely different facial features than my mom. So it would have been, you know, counterintuitive anyway. And the best part, of course, is that my mom always taught me that you should not need makeup at all to feel confident. But my aunt taught me that makeup can be just like the funnest, most beautiful thing to play around with. I know that funnest is not a word. So best of both worlds. I always say that I truly got the best of both worlds. So one of my favorite shades, we're going in with shade Hope. This is the perfect like brown for me. Am I close enough to camera? You guys can tell me for next time, okay? I don't really know how to do these, but alas, I should explain exactly what I'm doing. I essentially go from where we added that shimmer on the inner crease to then just above my crease. I call it, I mean, not I call it, I really stick to the actual eye socket, because even though my eyes are quite hooded, I have a lot of room from my eye crease to my eyebrows. So I don't want to use all of that. I probably have done that in the past, but it just looks so severe. And so I really just stick to like right above my crease where my actual like eye bone is. Do the same thing on the other side. Let's speed this up a little bit, and then I'll show you guys the next step. Okay, it's okay if they're not completely even right now, because We're just gonna add 2 more shades over it. Let's do the most important part with, again, the shade that is like almost completely gone, called Avant Garde. How appropriate. We love that. It's really just like a shimmery light black. I try to get a little closer to you guys. This is, I think, what made my entire like makeup look completely different. I probably figured this out 5 years ago, and then for an entire year I really only did like a bottom smoked out, what's that called, reverse smoky eye, which I love. I've said this before, but I think I really was looking for something that was indicative of my culture, of my Moroccan background, because if it's worked on people with similar facial features to me for, I don't know, whenever kohl, you know, kohl has been used for I don't even want to say centuries, millennia. Is it like probably, I think, longer than we even understand. So something that kind of honors my background, but then also complements my facial features, which I think are quite different to a lot of people, you know, mixed kid problems. Maybe they're not that different, but I never know. I think everybody is beautiful in their own ways. And so I love unique little differences in all of our faces. And I thought that doing something that kind of merged those worlds would be really nice, and also, I don't know, just like connect me a little bit more. So we'll do some more, but like even with no mascara, the bottom, I think that smoky under whatever, my lower lash, changes the entire game. And then, even though I barely have any of it left, I'm gonna take a little bit of that just because it adds a little bit of shimmer, and we're gonna marry the 2 worlds. So now here's where I'm really like actually carving out a shape on my eyelid. I think Matisse was about to bark if you guys just heard that. And the trick with hooded eyes is that, yes, like as I'm talking, my eyebrows are raised, or just this is like their natural talking position, but then you always have to like kind of relax and, you know, squint and do all kinds of weird shapes with your eyes so that you know where it's actually hitting and that you know where they're actually even. This eye is a little bit different than this eye, even though, you know, hopefully we can't tell. So I usually have to go a tiny bit higher, right, on this eye, and I'm gonna kind of wing it out just a little bit, and then we're really getting somewhere. And then even though it's during the day, I should probably save these looks for nighttime, which is totally fine. We know that I don't like to do things conventionally. My mom's gonna be like, where are we going? When I go see her right now, or when she comes to see me, I take, whoops, I'll show you in a second, I take the lighter black shade, but it's still pretty pigmented, and I just go right here on the outer corners, which is exactly how I used to line my eyes when I was like probably 15 through 25. So I just went in with the shade Renegade. I really should have cleaned up this palette for you guys, but you know, again, you asked for it, and so you're getting the me real life version. And then we're not gonna leave it that severe so that it's like an actual wing. We're gonna smoke it out in a second, but do the same thing on this eye. And then I'm gonna take just the tiniest little bit and just smoke out that little wing so that it isn't like, you see the difference, so that this is a little bit more blended to just like an actual sharp wing. Although I was watching the Actors on Actors with Kim Kardashian and Chloe Sevigny. Nerd, I know a lot of you guys hate me when I talk about Kim Kardashian, but it's me, okay? So just skip past this part. But she does, I think especially also when she has blonde hair, she does some really beautiful makeup looks, and I was like, ooh, I should try to emulate those. And she does like actual wings, which I again haven't done in years, but that could be really fun to try out. And my base makeup hasn't really changed much except for one really, I don't know why it made me so excited, one like little change. So I'm still using the Physicians Formula Butter Glow. Yes, I know I should try like, I don't know, one of the fancy ones, but I don't know. I've tried a lot of like glowy, liquid, highlighter-y bases in my day. This is what I've always been doing. And this one is my favorite, like, by far. I also do take this time to clean up any of the fallout that is most likely on the corners over here. And we just do it again on everywhere in my face except for my upper lip, because I don't think that that needs to be an area that's highlighted on my face. I like to keep the focus right here, always blending into the hairline, because that is something that I probably didn't understand for far too long, probably my entire college career. I might have had a boop like little, you know, border between my forehead and my hair. No, we're not doing that anymore. And then this is the thing that the only thing that I've really changed in my entire makeup routine, and like, again, I don't know, a very long, at least 2 or 3 years, I've always done bronzer, never actual contour. And so to try out, I got like this very inexpensive one from, again, Amazon, but in a shade that's like probably much too light for my skin tone, but it's a real cool tone. And so it is a real contour. I'm very curious to try the Fenty Beauty one because I like this one so much. And so she's been converted to a contour girly, okay? Because I realized, like, especially during the summer, my skin tone is already, you know, kind of like a weird, unique skin tone, if one would say. I don't know. I'm obviously olive skinned, so I have green undertones, and I lean pretty neutral. So I don't know why I was always thinking that I needed to bronze my face, but it's just, again, what everybody else did. But I love the cooler tone shades. And again, me who loves all cool tones because I think it mixes best with my skin tone. I didn't ever think about it on my face, especially on my skin. I of course think about it all the time with my eyes. And so yeah, we've applied that all the way around now. So she's just a cool toned girly over here. And like, what? Even though I know you're probably not even supposed to contour your forehead with a cool tone, I don't know anything, but all I can say is that I like this better than all of the bronzers that I was using. You guys know I've never once worn foundation in my life. I've never been a foundation girly. Also, my skin tone changes on a daily basis. I don't really understand foundation. Completely just a personal thing. I never will become a foundation girl, honestly. And I think that's even now becoming a trend, is no foundation. So it's all just really confusing. But yeah, I think it's just never made sense for me. And I also just really like the look of natural skin, blemishes and all, which seems, I don't know, more real to me. And just put a bunch of highlighter put a bunch of highlighter on and you're pretty much good to go. I'm just covering some little scarring that I have on the bottom here. It's actually getting, you know, a little bit better changes, but again, from my really, I had a rough time last year, kind of all around, and yeah, we had some physical manifestations of that here, but it's totally fine. Another amazing, very inexpensive product, which I am trying to remember the color. Oh yeah, this is an adorable color. Okay, from e.l.f. Just this little blush I got in several different shades. This shade you can barely see on my face, okay? But it adds just like the cutest little under base to my powder blush. But this is called Glistening Peach, which is my favorite part. I just put it right here, kind of to merge my contour with then the ridiculous highlighter that we're gonna be putting on. And so she just goes on right here. Highlighter, I said in my last video, I think, that I didn't like this highlighter. And then I just realized that I needed to blend it for a very long time. It still might not be my favorite, but I'm just being very honest. From Rare Beauty, this is in the shade Outshine, which I've been liking more these days. I just put it a little bit lower. I think because I have so many like peaks and valleys to my face. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe I was putting it too high so that, I don't know, my like eye area and my cheek area were getting a little confused. And so now I put it a little bit lower, almost like right over my blush. And always carry your highlighter, or I like to always carry my highlighter on to like right below my temples. And we know I have the tiniest little nose ever, so I just put highlighter all over it. And then it gives her a little bit more presence. And you just can't take the millennial out of me. So I just always am gonna use Orgasm Blush by NARS. And I just have this really little mini one, which is so cute. I just got it because I'm just barely wearing makeup these days. And so even if it's just twice a week, this little baby will carry me for several months, I think, honestly. I put it right over that highlighter because she's really a highlighter in herself, okay? Can we see those sparkles? Focus? Yeah, it's pretty much an old school highlighter before highlighters became a real crazy thing. I know, I have an eyelash, I think, on this cheek. It used to always be in apples of the cheek. Is this right? This part is your apples of the cheek. But especially since I've gained so much weight in this last year and a half, I'm loving kind of concentrating everything here because I'm always going to gain weight in my face and my cheeks are always going to be probably bigger than most people's you've ever seen. And so especially now, it's nice to kind of, you know, widen everything, focus a little bit more on the outsides of my face. I'm just gonna set my face, let that dry so you guys don't have to see that, and then we'll finish the eyes and eyebrows. Okay, while my setting spray is kind of still drying, I have been struggling. So if anybody has any suggestions with, honestly, I don't like to do anything to my eyebrows except for brush them, but I want them to stay in place. So I've tried the Refi Beauty one, which leaves a little bit of like residue. And so now we're just trying to go basic with this NYX, but I still need to brush them after because the brush is very tiny, but I literally just go where the hairs naturally go, and then I wash my face and they get all messed up. So we're just putting them back in their natural state. My little ones here go a little up. These ones all go in this direction. And I've just completely stopped tweezing, plucking, anything. And we just are full-blown natural over here. That's probably the other thing. No foundation and not touching your eyebrows has been the most like radically different thing that I've ever done. All of my friends always wanted me to fill in my eyebrows or try foundation, and I just like think it looks horrendous on my own face. So the moral of this entire video is figure out what works for your face, because probably what I'm doing on me is probably not gonna work on most people, or maybe it will, or maybe it's just cool to like, even if it's just one tip or trick. I feel like that's kind of what makeup tutorials or makeup routines are cool for, is figuring out that like, oh, maybe this one like honestly there's one, I think I talked about this in my last one. Emily Ratajkowski did like one makeup tutorial and I was like, whoa, I do my makeup so differently. But the one thing that she did, what I'm about to do, is connect her eyeliner all the way to like the edge. And I was like, why have I not done this before? And so taking like little random things that would work for you, I think is what makes the videos like these cool. So to save time, I do 2 coats of mascara, but I'll do my highlighter in between, which is what I normally do. I have been a Maybelline mascara girly again for at least 15 years, probably going on 16, 17 years now. I like the purple and the gold. Those are the only two, and maybe the yellow, but maybe it's a specific purple too. I have to figure out the exact shades that I do like, but some of them I really hate. The gold one I think is the best in my opinion if you can find it at your drugstore. And I really coat these puppies, okay? We go in, we do a little wiggle, we do as much mascara as humanly possible. Make sure to get it on the edges, do both sides. I go in, okay? Again, millennial. Very millennial over here. That was coat number 1. Let's do a little wind action. Obviously you can make fun of my little Sephora free with purchase mirror. That's totally fine, but apparently I'm not an adult. Won't buy myself a little hand mirror. Here is, let me show you this first, sorry. Here is the part that I think literally merges everything together. So we've gone from this, okay, pretty beautiful, perfectly fine. And then the Milani Stay Put Matte Eyeliner. This is the important part. I've used a lot of eyeliners in my day. I've tried them all, and this is the best for the bottom lid or lash line. I don't know how you say that. And I go, sorry if you guys don't look like looking close on eyeballs like this, but I go at like the precipice, like right where, not my actual waterline or almost, but literally where my lashes come out, like literally where my lashes grow is where I put this eyeliner, and it stays the entire day. And what I was talking about before is that you connect the entire thing. This is the only stressful part of my entire routine. And there she goes. We have a full eye look. And I just finished the other eye. So now we're good. We're on the last step, guys. One more coat of mascara on the top and bottom lids this time. I do 2 coats on my top lashes. Is lid the right word that I've been using? I don't think it is. But anyways, I do 2 coats on my top lashes always. And then 1 coat on the bottom. And I just do it lightly because honestly, my bottom lashes are like as long as my top lashes. I don't know why. My bottom lashes were blessed. But, you know, if we could keep that same energy always on the top, I would do that. Also, I looked at a picture of myself from like 4.5 years ago the other day, and I was using Grande Lash, and I was like, holy cow. My eyelashes, when I use a growth serum, get so long. I might need to bring that back in rotation. I just was like, it's so expensive. It's ridiculous to like buy. I don't even know. It's not even that expensive, but like $40 every month just for my eyelashes to be long. Seems ridiculous. But then I looked at a photo and I was like, we might need to try this out again. And I guess if we're doing real filming, full makeup, we gotta do it right. This is the Gucci Beauty Carol Beige, which I know, I'm sure most people are gonna say it's way too light of a shade for me, or it's like almost exactly my skin tone, but I love it. It's the most 90s thing I do, and so just let me have it. And I think the thing that puts it all together is always some kind of a gloss. I dropped my my Anastasia Beverly Hills one that works even better, I think, but that's okay. We're working with what we got. So Pat McGrath, always. This is Gold Allure. And this is my full filming makeup, going out makeup. This is just the signature lelasophia makeup, okay? I'm so excited to hear all of your thoughts. Thank you guys for watching, for bearing with my probably very chatty makeup session, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.